Bombing Blink. The Dragon Knight. 1200 to go. We are scanning the pit here, so Yen
links right into Whisper, so setting up the Shackle shot with the focus fire now. Gets off the vacuum on the Theola core, so he's stuck up there, but we'll just simply TP out. Yeah, big kill onto DM now.
Yandex had the read that LGD might be going Roche, so they scan it, and it actually flared red for a moment, and I think that's why DM thought they couldn't possibly be bottom. So a bit of a unfortunate scan hit on a hero randomly walking by the pit there.
Yeah, not often the scan gets you killed.
I mean, I don't know if he did it specifically because of that, but it definitely didn't help.
We can go with your narrative. You can assume things.
Yep.
Into the pit, Topson goes. Be a nice pickup for LGD, who have taken the lead now in this pivotal game number 3. Winner stays at TI and goes to the playoffs. Loser out. Remember, LGD coming into this 3-2 and Yandex 2-3, which is, I want to say, maybe the biggest surprise of the tournament? Is that incorrect?
It's one of them, at least. I think for a lot of people, also a big surprise that Nick McGalaxy went 4-1.
Oh, that's true.
That was a huge one for me. Unexpected that they did that well, but obviously a very welcome surprise. Worth remembering, if you remember from TI last year, King Jungles with a very, very famous post-game interview or post-elimination interview that year, saying that they were going to be back, and got a lot of fans that day.
Yeah, he just needed Topson.
A lot of people definitely cheering for King Jungles to get back on that stage in particular. And maybe some of them Topson too. You never know. Maybe he has some fans up.
Only a couple, I think.
Few. Yeah, it was a very motivating speech. I think one of the best, maybe the best exit interview ever in Dota.
100%.
Actually.
No question. Yeah, very
really
passionate.
The guy he's got the vibes.
That's one way to put it.
Personality. Rebirth maybe. No, not this time. He wasn't worth it.
I mean, I do have a question about the Reaper side. Like, is it even worth to use on a target that's dead already? I feel like the stacks are almost irrelevant.
Yeah, they're largely inconsequential, I would agree.
Not like the old days.
No. Another snack.
Okay, Saksa. These deaths are starting to stack up. 3.5 minutes on the Age. And they put it onto Whisper. I guess makes sense. DK is a transformation hero, and Necro is virtually unkillable right now.
I think the logic is that Whisper is just going to tunnel vision the Lina.
Yeah.
And just try to ruin the fight, and he can do it with a lot of confidence with the Aegis. Looking to take the top tier 2 tower together with Topson. Yandex not really interested in this. They're letting him have it. This game has turned on its head. A big item alert, Topson, or excuse me, Watson, the other son, has picked up the BKB of his own. So, and we're going to get one on Chira Jr. now as well. So this is a big timing for the Dire. Almost aligning it with a Shiva's Guard as well from Darkseer, so triple core upgrade.
I do want to mention DM, so it's going to be a Shiva's, but no Krella's Crozier. You were promising me this item.
He will buy it eventually. There is no way he plays this game without it.
But do you think it's, I'm not saying it's too late to buy, but wouldn't it have been better early against the hero that, basically they had one core for quite a while on LGD.
I would have liked it over Shiva's first. I think buying these items is good, but I don't know if I agree with the order.
But the big vacuum, hard to pass up.
You can just get a value Chasm Stone if you really want to. I mean, it's 900 gold. It's relatively expensive, but plenty of heroes do that.
Another tier 2 for LGD. As Yuma, is that going to be a bots 2 that he's picking up? Looks to be the case.
Yeah, love that.
Wow.
Allows him to connect on DK's Blink stuns, allows him to connect on shackle shots. Keep in mind the travels to faster connection.
Yeah, it's like 1 second faster?
I believe so. I remember. 3 to 2, right?
It's interesting because we don't typically see that until you have at least 6 slots.
Yeah, there's a few heroes that I really like it on. Necro is one of them. So I'm a big fan of this build.
Smoke from Yandex from the north.
This is a crucial moment. They have all their three items now.
Do they even want to go on Yuma is the question.
They do.
LS able to do the blade. There's the cookie as well. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. I bet they wish they gave him the Aegis after all. Top to BKB attempting to settle up out. He's out of there. Terrorize comes out as well as Whisper trying to get something out of this, but he is going to die with his Aegis and likely a second time on top of that.
You think so?
Likely, very likely. Whisper trying to prove us wrong. They get blocked at every turn. LSA misses, making it as difficult as possible, but in the end, it is 3 dead for LGD. Yandex set their trap, and they execute.
I would actually love to see a replay of that, of where King Jungles was, because if you're gonna leave Necrophos in front like this, the Undying Blink Tombstone, it has to be there. Like, this is a game-deciding moment, potentially. This was an LGD lineup that had been ahead for the last 5 minutes, just consistently getting better trades and gaining gold.
Oh boy.
And now you dropped it all on the ground. This is even worse if you get an extra.
It's set up by the Yules. We'll get off the Dragon Tail, but he's going to get collapsed on by DM, and he is all alone. Means Chira Jr. gets another kill to his name, and that's a dominating streak ended for Topson.
They got a lot of gold for that.
Yeah, this, I mean, that's the scary thing about playing against Bounty Hunter. These games swing hard.
That was an 8K swing, that last fight until now. Changed the game drastically.
Close to a 50-50 according to Dota Plus.
I mean, I still see the potential in the Radiant lineup, but that was a major setback. Again, I really like everything they did there. If they could have Tombstone saved Necro, that could have been so sick. Because you can see Yandex were dropping everything on him to start, and any reset there, Dragon Knight comes in, the fight gets chaotic, it's in your favor. But he never got the BKB off on Necro, so didn't get to play.
Get anything.
As a wise man once said, can't play if you're stunned.
That's right. Very
well,
wise.
not a wise man, but a man, I guess. Arguably. Oh, nice escape there from KJ. Immediate blink out.
We'll clean up the Tombstone, though. First crown onto Sox, a vacuum from DM. Have their eyes set on this Dark Willow, but here comes Yuma. Be precise onto Soxa, does almost no damage. My goodness. Soxa, very survival with this play. I'm sure he has that talent as well, and he has the shard in addition.
Yeah.
All of that LG to get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, an invisible bounty hunter with that with that level 15 talent that is also cold embraced and piped is very hard to kill.
That did less than 50 damage, I think.
Yeah, that did absolutely nothing. Now, next upgrade for Watson, MKB unlocked. So that's going to make Whisper's life a lot harder.
So if LG, I know you're saying they have this Tombstone. I understand that. If they had a Roche again,
yeah,
would they give Aegis to Necro this time? Do you still think this is the correct play?
I think they might, but I think the theoretically right idea is to give it to Windranger again. I really like that they did that, but certain things just have to happen in order for that to be correct. If you can't trust. At the same time, though, if you have the Aegis on, or you don't have it on Necro, and a fight like that breaks out again, we didn't see we didn't get to see a replay of how they kept Undying out. Like maybe he just got clipped by a bounty hunter in the back, right? Like then he can't save anyway. Soxa has blink Yules. He just needs to see Undying for a brief moment. He's just going to blink Yules him, invis himself, and be super tanky. So, yeah, with that in mind, perhaps it's just too difficult to get the right conditions where you can reliably save with KJ, and then you're going to have to put the Aegis on Necro.
Oh, Soxa. Okay, yeah. Yuma, round number 2. Do they have the stun lock again? They do.
Just
no Tombstone in sight. Another enormous kill for Yandex.
KJ hedging his bets. He's covering everybody else but the guy getting jumped. The other 4 heroes were in their own triangle. That is a very, very bad death. This might actually force a buyback here.
70 seconds.
You don't have Aegis for high grounding, but Lina can hit from a very safe distance, can rely on getting invised by bounty, on getting cold embraced, piped. Gonna take it easy, though. This is obviously a massive game.
Elimination game at TI. It doesn't get more tense than this.
Yeah.
Topson His courier gets killed, and I believe that, what, Octarine, I assume, is what he's going for?
B now for DM. Yeah. There's the Crozier next.
Okay.
The pipeline.
What do you think about Yuma building a... Okay, he actually changed it to Yules. He had Manta queued up, which I understand the Dispel aspect. It feels like and illusions with Radiance, but it feels like it's too late in the game for something like that.
It's the carry version of buying Lotus, right? Essentially. That's what you usually do on Necrois to get the Manta. Theolacor will be caught here again. Another kill for the Yandex squad.
But Yules is going to scale much better. Topson gets cursed. Mortimer's kisses right on his face. Here comes Whisper, though. He has the focus fire onto Malady, but the Cold Embrace nullifies all of it. Will end up dying to the last couple right clicks as Whisper now has to try to run away. The BKB is now going back wall! Back wall under several heroes. Topson with the BKB has to deal with his own illusion. And Whisper on the run, but a cookie hits him. Soul Rip is there. Yuma in addition with the death pulse. Whisper somehow staying alive. Will get away to base.
Wow.
Very close call for LGD.
That was a crazy escape that they lost nobody there. That looked super scary. Vac wall plus LSA, but managed to get out just barely. And you do see Whisper having that output now with that Daedalus. The Wyvern, once Cold Embrace was down, died in the blink of an eye. But it's still multiple problems you need to get through in the first place. Wyvern has Disc, there's Cold Embrace. If Wyvern is the primary target, you have to wait. And if anybody else is, well, they're getting embraced. So, not easy. And that time around, they did get off a Tombstone save, which also was integral to LGD's resetting of the fight. Lincoln's now on Chira Jr. Make Topson's life a lot harder. Can't just blink stun, can't just open with Shackle Shot. It is an awesome Lincoln's game on the Dire. Might want to buy more than just the one. Perhaps, well, probably on another hero though.
Topson's been without his Octarine for quite some time.
Yeah.
Courier's been dead. It's about to spawn now. He's 2,000 gold on top of that now for... He's actually going Halberd. I was making fun of this item in game 1, I think.
Yeah, well, if anybody would do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Can't go Radiant. Need evasion. Let's go Halberd.
That would be... Well, does he need evasion against MKB Lina? I don't know. Feels kind of meh. But it's just funny how this might be a dead item, right? Nobody buys it. If Topson buys it in one game,
if he wins,
start seeing it pop up. It's so silly. Oh man.
I guess even if he doesn't win, somebody's going to.
What they mean when they talk about cultural impact in esports, right?
Yeah.
Keep joking about that in Counter-Strike.
Zaiwu.
Yeah. Cultural impact, major cultural.
Right. Topson definitely up there in that category. You're not though.
Okay. That's glad we got that established. That was definitely necessary.
Wanted it to be clear here. 5K in the bank for Yuma. Want to be saving his gold a bit because of these last couple deaths. If he can buy back and somehow connect with the... He actually did not finish the Boots of Travel 2.
He just bought them now while he has buyback gold.
Very good.
Just...
That makes the buyback very powerful.
Yep.
If he does die in the same fashion, because they are blowing quite a bit from Yandex's side at least to kill off this tanky boy. There it is. Roche number 2 being attempted. Dex in the pit. Are LGD aware? They seem to have some inkling that this is happening, but Watson will claim the Aegis.
Oh, and they might even have
links in with the current, the Topson with the counteraction. They'll pop the Eon Disc onto Malady. He's getting big back roll on the 3 heroes, but the Tombstone save comes out. Reaper Sight again doing absolutely nothing with all this mitigation, and the Wyvern finally drops. Whisper dies on the side of LGD, though, so 1 for 1 in favor of Yandex thus far. Watson, though, on the run. Doesn't want to use the Aegis this early.
I'm sorry, that's just amazing. Watson aggressively goes in, he gets halberded, and he's just kind of, wait, what?
He's not used to playing.
He popped Satanic, got instantly disarmed, and he's like, wait, what? There's a disarm in the game?
Wait, what did they change with it that you cannot dispel it now?
Strong dispels only, yeah.
So BKB?
Yeah.
And not Manta, though?
Correct.
Right, okay. And not Satanic, obviously.
Yeah, I think he cast it afterwards anyway, but maybe just old memory from top. I mean, just timing anyway was fine.
But it doesn't pierce, right? Like, if you use it after BKB,
yeah, it doesn't pierce. No.
I mean, once the BKBs get low enough, I mean, this is definitely going to have some good value.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
And cultural impact, lest we forget.
How does this affect Topson's legacy?
Won't somebody think of Topson?
3.5 minutes on the Aegis now for Watson. Not to be confused with Topson.
That was another fight with a great vacuum wall, but the immediate counterplay from Tombstone once again playing a big role. And as soon as the fights start getting scrappy and this Tombstone zombies start stacking up and Necrophos walks around the fight, it can get really dicey. So Yandex just got the hell out of there. It's going to help them a great deal when Darkseer hits 25. I actually think AoE Surge might be a big deal this game. Just to reset position away from multiple different issues. Gonna Yule Topson here for fun, like Soxa. Because you're playing for fun, I'm playing.
Right. Whisper starting to pack a punch on the Windrunner. Where he goes from here. Feels like he is dying in these fights. He is going for Aghanim Scepter, so... Wait, is that... No. Actually not an Axe. What is he buying?
A Dragon's Breath?
Oh?
Hydra's Breath, I mean.
Yeah.
On a...
I like that. How does that work with Focus Fire?
I mean, it just applies it normally, I would think. There's nothing...
Is it a full damage version, though? Is Yuma? It's not going to hit Chira, gets to the high ground.
I mean, the passive should be independent, I would think. Good question, actually. I like when you ask it.
Sorry to make you look stupid as the analyst and all. DM?
In my defense, how many people have seen Hydra's Breath Windranger recently?
Probably a lot of turbo games.
I guess so.
I should know.
I mean, it does get bought occasionally, but most of the time carry Windrangers get Pike, right? So, and you generally don't buy both. Well, it does get purchased sometimes, though. But then again, I mean, you go back in time. There was a time when pros were buying Battle Fury and Windranger. So you'd be like, do the pros actually know?
That's right.
Or does it just feel good? You know? They're like, I do a lot of damage with this. And then somebody checks the files and it turns out a TI finals winning hero did less damage than it was supposed to.
And if you go back far enough, you get a 5 Battle Fury PA.
Yeah, that's very far back.
That was a good thing.
No.
Apparently, this is the first halberd at this event, says production. I'm not surprised.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I would have, if you asked me to guess, I would have said that.
The fact that I brought this up in this series, too, is so fun. I don't think I've mentioned that item in 2 years.
Yeah.
Smoke from Yandex. They end up on the north side of the map for now, but not gonna...
This is a fresh Crozier, by the way. This is a big reveal.
Hey, Crozier time. Krella is about to have an impact on this game. 45 seconds for the Aegis. Wonder who Krella is.
Yeah.
For Slacks can tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Out.
Gonna be the reveal this year, surely. Krella.
Everyone's favorite item, the Krella's Crozier that we see in, I feel like in pubs, low-level pubs, we never see it. Probably. It's a cool item, though. I think if we're going to see a new hero, it's got to be related to Hydra's Breath, because that's the cool item right there. It's a big old dragon. Speaking of dragons, Topson initiation onto Soxa with the Terrorize just for Soxa. Yuma's there as well. Soxa's still alive after all of this. The back wall of the little heroes now. Finally, the Reaper side brings him out. That's a lot expended for a bounty hunter. As Whisper will tank up the curse. The Dark Willow will be the trade for now. DM is not done, though. He runs in BKB form and then runs away using his shard to try to slow them out, but not enough.
Killed the Willow and got level 25. This is a huge, huge talent. Of course, additional 6 Mortimer's Kisses launched now. Massive damage increase.
I can't get over how tanky Soxa is.
Yeah. I mean,
he had a great healing Lotus too. He just was stun lock.
That 15 talent is so crazy good.
We're at the 45-minute mark here, and that Tormy being done. No, that is gate being,
Well,
gate into Tormy then. Yandex will get this for free. And that means it's going to Lena. The last remaining member without shard.
that's a feels good one to get for free. Laguna Blade gives you 12 stacks of Fire Assault. Not bad. More attack speed. More move speed.
He actually has Boots of Travel too. And opting for Scotty next, which I guess is the backpack item. Or the Boots of Travel, I guess? Swap? Or the BK... Yeah, swap out the Boots of Travel after you TP. Running out of slots, though. Fire some micro. Topson, level 25 now as well. Goes for the Worm's Wrath bonuses.
Yeah.
Talent. The other one seems kind of underwhelming.
This is a big item. Wind Waker on Bounty Hunter. This means Soxa can now blink save teammates because there is no nullifier on the Radiant and not really a good buyer. I guess DK could get it now and then somebody else carries the gem. That is huge against Windranger. If she ever makes a connection on Lena, you can just reset. And then you have Cold Embrace. There is a lot of challenges that LGD have to find a way to overcome here. Feels like it all has to start with, ideally, it feels weird to say, almost ideally them being initiated on. I think, ironically, could be the best thing. If they get jumped on a tanky hero, they get a tombstone save off and the fight develops from there. Feels very difficult for them to go first. Wyvern now. Speaking of nullifier, not a common purchase.
Wow.
On a Malady.
Wow.
So they will get the nullifier against Necro, but
why didn't I think of Wyvern?
Yeah,
Nullifier?
why didn't we think of that?
A lot of first here.
This hero doesn't come up close very often, but you're gonna have to if you want to use this.
He's got Blink for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
First item it's bought on the hero this event, maybe this year.
Perhaps.
Maybe ever.
No, I'll say no.
I think I've seen Core Wyvern in pro play actually by Nullifier before, but it is very unusual on 5.
Orchid on Topson. It will be a Bloodthorn eventually.
Yep. Okay.
Go along with that Halberd. Look at this inventory. Like, what is this?
This is guess the hero material.
This is so random. Like he closes his eyes. All right, take this, take that.
I think it's very important.
Work.
It's very important to stress that the reason this build makes sense to me is that it's a Windranger offlane. I think if the offlaner isn't playing carry style, I don't think you could get away with this. But he knows that his teammates have the damage. He needs to bring the control. So all of his itemization is just in that line of thinking.
Pressure now for Chira. Okay.
Is insanely strong. Jumping onto DM, bit of an awkward situation.
Into the Orchid, but you can see Topson using the Halberd to full effect onto the Lena. Will try to BKB TP. Is the damage there? Terrorize gives him a little bit of space. He TPs out successfully. Viola Core likely will be the sacrifice for LGD. Could have been a lot worse. Does have buyback in case. Would end up being a trade for Malady.
Yep, died in the meantime to Whisper. Now has Hydra's Breath completed.
Okay.
And I think Malady had a gem, so a decently big kill. Take out of his hands. Another Halberd queued up from King Jungles. That's that cultural impact I'm talking about. He never would have done it himself. More Halberds, huh?
Hell yeah. Soxa gonna try to lead the way, gets cookied backwards. Very pivotal moment now in this game. Yuma initiated on DM, gets the vacuum only on the one. They want to kill off Cajun, so he cannot save anyone. He's dead. Yuma has to pop the BKB and retreat. Undying back up and running though, thanks to his innate. As Yuma will pop that Ghost Shroud to stay alive. They will try it and back away completely now.
Play for Roche. They're going to let him go, but I don't know if they have the time for this. 10 seconds. Lena's fast, but there's a roar.
Too.
They have the time. I forgot.
5 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to be able to stun it.
The smoke from LGD, they're going to try to collapse. It's going to be a little bit too late, it looks like. As all the goodies will go to Yandex. And now Soxa giving good vision. Yuma is there. Get the initiation onto the Lena, but the Cold Embrace is going to save it for now. Topson pops that BKB. There's a vacuum onto 2 heroes. No follow-up, though. And another cookie on a Watson this time. A lot of very fairly segregated fight overall. As you can see, the Reaper side finally coming out, but Cold Embrace, not enough damage onto Malady. As Watson, a nice tombstone to try to save DK. He gets stunned, though, out of the tombstone, and Killdop will buy back, but he's in human form now. A dieback down to the Undying as well. There's a Wind Waker save onto the Lina. Remember, has the Aegis anyway, as Yuma is trying to finish the job, as Whisper doing the same with the right clicks. They get life number 1. Topson's there with the Dragon Tail into the power shot. Yuma on the low ground as well with the focus fire to follow. Looks like they will find this kill, and it's a big one for LGD. It did cost them quite a bit, a buyback on a Topson.
Yeah, can they get anything with this, though? Otherwise, it's not going to feel that all that great. Yes, you take the Aegis away and you kill Lina a second time, but you can't force the buyback the other way. It still feels like a clear Yandex victory in that situation. Doesn't really seem like they'll find anything more for now. Okay, Undying actually...
Look at this Dota win probability.
Yeah, it's close apparently.
Ah. I would not have said that. I would say this is like 65-35 for Yandex, is how I feel.
Probably something like that. But hey, there's a lot of bad Lina players out there to pull the stats down. I'll tell you that.
Yuma running out of room in his inventory, so Refresher is next. Do you get rid of Radiance at any point?
We might see a backpack. We've seen it backpack before, yeah. I do think that's the best choice at this point. Guess you could sell it and ask Topson to buy one.
I mean, Topson's running out of room as well, so he's got the boots he can replace. He doesn't have... I mean, is Ags good this game?
You definitely want to buy it regardless, right? To just...
Yeah, but as a 6th item or as the 7th item?
I think you should probably buy it now, I'd imagine, but... I mean, this is a very abnormal build, so it might be some other key ingredient.
Let's see, what else is in the shop that we haven't seen on a DK before? Let's pick an item for him. How about Dagon?
Unfortunately, first of all, I think that's bad, but...
Okay, good.
Also, unfortunately, King Jungles did go away from the Halberd. He went for a BKB, and now he's going low to... Or Lincoln's plus Ghost Scepter is the plan. Okay. I was going to say that this singular game is going to decide the win rate of Halberd at this TI, so... You bought 2 in the same team. I don't know if that makes that better or worse. Gotta say, though, this is a very close game, and still anyone's to claim. No barracks being taken yet. Barely any damage on a tier 3 tower, so 53 minutes in.
We're being rewarded with an excellent game number 3. Very happy about that.
Rewarded for what? What have you done for Dota lately?
Existed, I guess.
Wow. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Despite this 18K lead, Dota Plus seems to think relatively even game.
I mean, we are getting late enough that anything can happen, obviously.
It's coming from the north. There's a Daedalus now on the Lina. They have a pressure shard for Darkseer.
There's a choice to be made here for Watson. What's your least important item? Surely Daedalus goes in. Otherwise, you wouldn't have bought it. Is he only going to slot it in after using BKB, or... It feels like it's more important than the Mjolnir, no? Yes, Mjolnir's better for farm.
Good question.
Okay, he slotted in over the travels for now.
Now. Oh, there's a damage rune as well. Topside.
Denied. Importantly.
That would have been
by Theologer.
Not much more room to grow for this Lina either. We're going to try to tank this apparent gank. There's a Divine Rapier now for Chira. They spot the Necrophos. Do they have the damage? Wind Waker, there's the BKB as Yuma exits. But now that's a big charge down. I don't think they've spotted the Divine Rapier either.
Doesn't really feel like Yandex want to go high ground without an Aegis, though. So I don't really... this BKB usage is kind of irrelevant if they don't catch him again.
Of course, is the spell amp variation of Divine. Since this is not a right-click Snapfire.
Necro is finally close to having Ags Blessing plus buyback. It's a very late Ags on Necrophos, 55 minutes.
What else can he buy now?
That's when the stacks you have with Reaper Scythe start mattering more, is when you get Ags, because then it transforms into damage. But
Serve that buyback regardless.
Have any stacks, so it's not really that interesting.
This could be a huge swing if they pounce on this Snapfire somehow.
Yeah.
There's no Aegis in play.
That's true.
But LG, I don't know if he's been spotted on the map yet. Otherwise, you would think that they would try to go all in on this. I mean, that's a lot of gold being expended that can just be reversed in an instant.
Thing is, the hero that they're looking for is going to be bodyguarded by a bounty hunter and going to play super far back line. Like, this is effectively Chira saying, I am going to ulti twice and not come up close until we're ahead in the fight. So the downside to that is sometimes it feels really bad not using your cookie early on in fights, but you know, you can't do everything on this hero. There's a cheese in a bottle in the river, by the way. If anyone's thirsty or hungry, you can have a little meal in Russia and split.
What the hell? Okay.
Thank you for the Necrophos laugh. That's perfect timing.
Oh, wow.
My favorite laugh of the entire game, by the way. It's actually, it's my favorite voice-acted character.
Go to sleep with that. It's like ASMR to you as Yuma. Could be spotted by Soxa. They can see the camp just died.
Voice acting. Do some more voice lines.
What's bounties 25? It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. You Shuriken toss damage or no Janata cooldown, so you're definitely taking Shuri toss because you're not hitting on support bounty very often.
Bit underwhelming then.
250 damage is no joke, especially if you had eggs. But
yeah, but it's on a support. Topson trying to create some space, gets the vision control in favor of LGD in their jungle. Roche a minute away from knowing when he spawns. And we're 3 minutes away from the promised land, of course. The land of tier 5s. As another refresher joins the party for Darkseer. Topson in human form. Gets hacked, gets stunned, nullified, killed off instantly by Watson. You're right, 2 minutes of no DK. How does that happen? And the Yandex, they're going to get the curse onto the Dark Willow. Mortimer's #1 gets that kill.
That is real bad.
Oh boy.
If they've kept track of the timing, he has buyback in 45 seconds.
Oh,
if they've watched the timer, they would know for a fact that this is a clean sweep.
Yeah, they're going to put the Roche banner down, and the building sieges will continue for Yandex. DM jumping in. Nice attempt on the vacuum, but the Yules was there from Yuma. This building is almost certainly going to go down. They will continue now. But trying to slow progress. Again, it's 58 minutes, so one set of racks is not the biggest of deals. So likely LGD will just delay and let them have it.
They're going to feel inspired to do a second set, surely.
And they have another Roche banner, so...
True, yeah. They have a banner on Lina. Still have a bottle and a cheese in the Roche pit, by the way. Anyway.
That's for later.
Yeah, saving it up. Soxa isn't so good at math and thinks greater healing lotus is better than a cheese. Yeah, respectfully disagree. Well, you can give this to teammates directly, I suppose.
Watson's going to get this tier 3 now, so Topson does have buyback.
He will not be using it here, surely, right? They're going to give this up.
So 2 sets likely going the way of Yandex then. And LGD not taking any chance. I mean, we've seen this before where one hero tries to delay a little bit and they just get destroyed, and then it becomes a domino effect of trying to save your teammate.
Yeah.
So LGD will be vacuum from DM right on top of nullifiers. Left and Tombstone saves the focus fire. Right on top of Yuma. Stun block right now as Chira Jr. in the midst of all this, and the cold embrace with the right leg. Frank Watson absolutely destroying Yuma. Instant buyback for him, and guess who's not bought back yet is Topson. 8 seconds with his natural timer. As Yandex will fall back. Forcing out the buyback from Necro is a huge win for Yandex, and of course, retaining this Divine Rapier, and is about to hit 60 minutes as well.
Look at the Radiant base.
Hey, the cheese. Oh, cheese. Oh,
look in the middle of the Radiant base. DM has sent a message. That is the Y of Yandex. He's writing it mirrored, though. Can't have. I mean, might have to sacrifice some other life skills to get this good at Dota, I suppose, but
it looked more like a V to me.
It was close. It was close enough. It was a mirrored Y.
Okay.
Very talented young man for a 5-year-old like Dota. Gotta say, it's very accomplished.
60 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Time for neutral items.
Want to have this rehash conversation? Yeah, who's gonna get Desolator?
Not anymore.
Okay. Any big items?
Desolator.
Okay. Anything else? Rift Shadow? You want to see that?
Let's see. I guess Harmonizer is kind of cool on Snap. But Bloodrite, probably the bigger one, right? The Zune Bloodrite and the Snapfire sounds sick.
Yeah,
huge AoE on.
What about for LGD? Other than Desolator.
Yeah, the reason I was defaulting to Yandex is that I wasn't sure LGD were actually going to be able to access the jungle that much, but they are getting some space, so they should probably get some of their own. Deso, I would think, for Windranger. The Zunon has a big vacuum.
Yeah,
big,
that is
big everything.
That is huge.
Yeah, you definitely want Desolator on Windranger. Fallen Sky on Necrophos might actually be really nice for a secondary way of initiating, so you can still use your shard to get out with. I mean, we're at a point where Divine Regalia is obviously interesting.
So they have, on the side of Yandex, they have 2 Dazun Bloodrides right now in the Desolator, and then 2 yet to be claimed.
Oh, Dazun on Topson.
Topson Dazun, interesting.
Yeah. It's a big fireball. Look at that. He was testing it. He just put one down to see.
Yeah, he can't go in sandbox mode like on his stream, so we'll have to do it live here at TI.
This is where in the past Eternal Anger would pause the game and go to demo mode.
God, that is so weird. Why did tournament organize? Where were they fine with that?
It was a different time.
We were supposed to have less brain damage back then.
Yeah, so we sent him to the stock market instead.
Yeah. Couple Books of the Dead for Yandex, 1 for LGD. People still picking this up very consistently. Despite its nerfs, it doesn't do much to buildings anymore.
Yeah, but
good for vision.
Yeah.
Decent at pushing lanes. Yeah, that is a big fireball.
Gotta say, it must feel amazing to get fleet-footed on Wyvern, though. So much movement speed. Doesn't need his boots anymore, so he has to slot.
Roche attack. Cannot give this up free, surely, for LGD. Might not be close enough to contest, though.
It's gone.
Yeah. Looks like all the goodies going the way of Yandex.
Well, are they going to pick them up, though?
Well, that's true. Roche spills it out of his bowels, and now most of it claimed, all of it claimed. They've learned their lesson. 34k lead for Yandex. 2 sets of barracks in their favor. Now the Aegis. Double cheese for Soxa. Okay. What happens if you make a double cheese into a block? You lose one of the cheeses. Have to test that out sometime.
That's a very niche question.
Topson showing himself in human form. The instant jumping back into his dragon from his head. And the Laguna on the with the Mortimers just destroying everybody. Whisper able to avoid the cookie and the death.
Oh,
that's
my.
3 dead overall for LGD with a buyback now onto the DK, but Topson does not have his dragon form any longer. That was a disgusting combination.
X marks the spot from DM. Learned a new letter in the middle. Close to the river. Oh my god, that was gross.
I mean, the vacuum is so... It's very hard to avoid now with the AoE increase. That's got to be one of the best, if not the best, thing to get an AoE increase on.
Ah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yandex in very good position. There are buybacks still there for LGD. They still have to withstand an Aegis and a Divine. Actually, interestingly enough, the Aegis is not on the Divine carrier. But the right click, of course, onto the buildings, it makes sense for Lina to be the one up front.
Topson now with a heart, 6,000 HP. Is that going to be enough?
I don't know.
At what point do you consider Hydra's Breath on Lina?
Yeah.
Does that ever become a consideration here? Like, you have so many items in your backpack. You can sell for 5 or 6k gold right now if you wanted to. I think this is such an... It's always interesting to see the thought process of pro players when they get to this point on carry. I find it to be one of the hardest parts of the game is itemizing late game on carries. And
oh boy.
he's juggling all of the items right now.
We got a rune.
Yep.
That is a rune and a half right there.
saving it for now. Does he have a bottle coming or something? No. Just
Another minute
upgraded
to stay there.
That's the flame cloak now on Watson.
He just picks it up. So this, I think, is go time for Yandex. The last stand now for LGD. The last stand here at TI as well. If Yandex can prevail, they will go to the playoff stage.
Yeah, LGD would have loved to get back to the main event after last year and everything. But this fight is borderline impossible. Talk about mounting advantages. Divine Rapier, Aegis, Cheese ×2, 50k gold, and a seemingly perfect set of neutral items between Deso, 2 Dazun Blood Rights.
Yeah, but LGD has Topson, Cinder, and have you considered that?
I have considered that. He has a halberd.
Okay, well, maybe not true form Topson as the Roach banner placed. And now the siege from Watt. You can see how long the range is with each respective Roach being taken. They have to go very deep to kill that thing. They have 3 siege units as well, so this building is dead. Topson can't do much to avoid it. DM comes in with a vacuum. We'll get Dragon Tail on his exit. As Soxa actually was killed off by Whisper, apparently. On the other side. Very interesting. We'll see if he ends up wanting to buy back. I mean,
doesn't have to.
The Roach banner is kind of big, to be fair.
Yeah, and also,
time.
actually, Lena's Aegis would expire with Bounty's respawn.
Maybe they're trying to bait this Roach banner.
Oh.
Topson's linking in with the Dragon Tail onto the Lena. Nullifier applied. Big vacuum again from DM. There's a Luga to Blade. On the Topson, another vacuum coming out of KJ. He's going to be taken out. A double kill for Watson. It's a dive back for Topson. And this might be the beginning of the end for LGD. The Necro all alone now, just getting stun locked and destroyed. No way to get back in the game for Yuma. As Watson with a Satanic back to a respectable amount of HP. Kills off the Tombstone with a goodie inside in the form of Whisper. There's a couple last buybacks coming out from LGD, and now it's a 4 versus 5. Still have not gotten through the Aegis, though. As another one bites the dust for LGD, and this is going to be Mega Creeps and likely the game in favor of Yandex.
Minute and a half of 5v3. Surely this is it. One hell of a game.
Aegis is expiring. There is the Divine Rapier for Whisper. See if he can get an assassination.
Has to kill Lena twice.
Yeah, vacuum. Oh my god, Necro already dead! Just like that! Nothing to be done. And that is a 4th dead, only 1 remaining member for LGD, and the buildings shall melt. And LGD are knocked out of the international. You can see Whisper actually doing a lot of damage, but it's too late. And Yandex will move on to the playoffs. What a series, though. The best series that we've cast so far at TI, for sure. Unfortunate that LGD cannot move on because they are such an entertaining team, but at the very least, Yandex, breath of relief here, Cinder, because they came in as not the underdogs, even though they came in 2 and 3.
Talk about records as well. First halberd, and I think the biggest win of the tournament, 80k gold lead at the end of that for Yandex.
Crazy. Let's go to the panel.
سلام، چطور؟ خوبی؟ من راجع به اون بعدا توضیح میدم و آره احتمالاً باید یه توضیح طولانی باشه چون به این زودیا یعنی با چند کلمه نمیشه جمعش کرد. البته الان که راستش ممکنه واسه دیر بشه، باید بجنبی با سنی که داری، ولی خب باز به این موضوع برمیگرده که چند نفر هستن که همچین دانش نیاز داره. اگه تعداد کم باشه آیا میصرف وقت بذاری و یه همچین راهنمایی بسازی واسهش؟ این چی میگم؟ چون مطمئنا حتی در همین لحظه آدم‌های خیلی بیشتر دیگه هستن که راجبش راهنما ساختن. کلی آموزش هست اگه بگردی دنبالش. من یه دقیقه یه ریست بدم لپتاپو، دوباره میام. بریم دنبال اسپام کردن نیکی. الان برمیگردم.